Out Your Geek, we are talking Star Wars stuffs.
Negatively this time, which is like my
Negatively.
favorite. We're going to be very negative and displeased. It's in my wheelhouse. So
Being pessimistic and negative is in your wheelhouse.
yes, it
I
just
like it.
comes naturally. So.
Some things lend themselves to it. So we're talking characters we don't particularly like, and I'm just going to get, I think, everybody's least favorite one out of the way, off the table. Let's just do it. Ready? Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, no argument here. Jar Binks and most of Anakin in the prequels.
I didn't really like Amidala either, actually.
She was less I didn't yeah, she was less annoying than Anakin and definitely Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Not a big Boss Nass fan either. Jar Jar's boss, so the head Nabooian, whatever. He was, which I didn't quite understand. Apparently, when you get old, there you get like a lot fatter. Apparently, because Jar Jar and he were supposed to be the same species, and I would never have guessed that.
No, I wouldn't have either. That whole species really just I could have done without.
Yeah.
I think. I just want to use the word lesser when it comes to Star Wars aliens. The whole like cantina was full of really awesome, excellent, kick-ass aliens.
Except for one that I don't like. It's on my list.
Oh, okay, you got one on your list. Excellent.
Yeah, it's
okay,
just, he only has a minute or two of screen time, so
yeah.
not even a minute.
But and I just felt like that whole species was just really forced. Like, what haven't we done underwater? Well, how do we do it? Let's just shove these things in and make them talk funny. There you go.
Duck-billed dinosaur Stefan Fetchit cross.
Flappy-eared mother. Yeah.
Yeah, just bad.
It was.
And I actually I kept, I believe it was the Newsweek, the week that the first episode 1 was coming out.
Yeah.
And so it's the typical, they would always run the big article about Star Wars after the first one. Hey, here's the, in anticipation, some of the shots of the new spaceships or the scenes or all that.
Right.
And they breathlessly announced, and I wish if I can find the quote, I'll get it to you, but it was like, and sure to tickle the fancy of the youngsters, a new character called Jar Jar Binks. So they went into the movie actually thinking he was going to go over. So
I can't even.
I don't know how you watch that and think it's a good idea, but
I mean, take it, and I think. Even if you could get over him like aesthetically, he sounds like Bobby with a speech impediment. It's really it's hard to. He's a hard character to listen to and watch and appreciate.
But moved up in politics, as do many not particularly gifted individuals. So there's a consistency
to politicians
there.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So now let's just get him out of the way and off the table.
Take him off the table.
I think he's a given. I think from just about everybody. All right. So
and angsty Anakin, we'll take him off the table too. So we're just too clearly.
Angsty Anakin and his absolutely zero chemistry with Amidala. We'll take all three of those off the board right now.
So, cleaning the slate, they're off the table. Jeans, your least favorite Star Wars character is? We disagree on this, by the way, so you know.
What?
I said we disagree on this because I actually think it's a pretty awesome character, but go ahead.
No, you go. I named.
No, so we did a little pre-show, so I know who Jeans is going to bring up here, and I'm not in agreement with her here, so we're gonna have a little discussion.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's your one you don't like. I can't.
All right, I can't remember his name now.
Bib Fortuna.
Fortuna, who's the guy that answers the door at Jabba the Hutt's palace.
In a very helpful fashion, and he's shuttling the people in. He's good at his job. Susceptible susceptible to Jedi mind tricks.
I suppose that is something. Yeah. He bugs me. I don't know. I don't know what it is about him. He's very, like, you used the word step and fetch it earlier. He sort of has that, in spades, and just kind of Weasley in those.
He's kind of a finger tempting guy, though. He's
well. Smithers, yeah. He's very, I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way. Yeah.
Would your opinion of him raise if you found out that he was the one that actually trained the dancers in Jabba's palace? Which I find a little hard to believe, but apparently he's a choreographer
like he's
as well.
A choreographer? Like, yeah. What?
Yeah.
No.
He's a Renaissance Fortuna. So
I can't even like he's.
Okay. It's on the internet. Look it up.
I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just like Michael, like he's like the Michael Kidd of Star Wars. Is that what we're saying? Because I don't even understand that. It doesn't even make sense to me. I don't even know what to say to that. Like,
he's a very layered character. But let's just stay in Jabba's palace for a second.
Okay.
Because one of my least favorite characters, kind of on two fronts.
Okay.
One, just it was annoying, and then the name was even worse. So Jabba's little pet bird monkey.
I love that guy.
Oh, jeez, so very irritating to me. Was and the Muppet guys did a lot of work.
Yeah.
Involved, and he basically felt, Jabba's got a Muppet with him, because he felt very Muppety.
He did.
And his name was Salacious B. Crumb, which
big name for a little guy.
Didn't seem Star Wars consistent to me either. But
no, that seems far more.
It's like a film noir name or something like that.
But no, it really does feel a lot more Muppety. That seems, okay.
And we can
even the name, yeah. And he was. I mean, I think the structure of his face was very telltale, sort of Muppet, and from that whole Jim Henson studio. It was that was really very clear. I think the reason that I liked him as much as I did was because of the little bits that they showed of him in the outtakes, and he was such a little.
Yep.
He was a rude little thing.
And had the outtakes been
in the movie, yeah,
maybe I'd have a different opinion.
True.
Yeah,
Fair play.
And during the prep for the show, the other thing we uncovered is that Kelly has like a lot more people he has a problem with than Jeans does. So we'll just stay there for one more, if you don't mind.
Sure, go for
it. So not a fan of most of the band, and when we get into the enhanced version, I really hate the band in Jabba's Palace. The enhanced versions of that's just as horrific. That whole scene is just totally ruined. That wasn't that great to begin with, but they destroyed it. The
lead singer.
Yeah. Not a fan of the lead singer with the snout and the lips on the end. Not a fan of that. But the elephant guy annoyed me because they had him on keyboards, and he had big blobby feet hands, and I would accept him playing the cowbell or the tambourine, but not keyboards. And so this was another thing that I had an issue with. So.
Was he pressing more than one key at a time? Is this?
I don't see how he could not with these big mutton things, but yeah, I didn't like most of the band either. So
yeah, I think that a huge portion of his lair was really very Henson-esque, and I think, and again, I hate to use the word lesser, but the first glimpse that we got to see of all kinds of different aliens in Star Wars was sort of amazing. There were so many different kinds, and they were all so original and super cool. I mean, so much so that they actually all got their own little action figures. I mean, I had several of them, and trying to sort of one up that, I think it just kind of backslid a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're on it. That there was a diversity And I think it's kind of the idea is that you have all these different worlds that are coming
Right.
together at the spaceport.
Right.
So you see a diversity of genetics, background, all different types of things. So they're all very different. Now, of course, part of it was George was running out of budget, and they kind of cleared the closet. And like a few of the aliens were kind of, well, we need something else here. But like the Wolfman, that was kind of, well,
Yeah.
one more. But it was, and I think you make a great point, because the other one, and not there's anything wrong with Jim Henson, but when you think about the Star Wars universe,
It's
it's a different note.
It's Star Wars was more gritty. Those characters in the canteen were very gritty. The ones that were in Return of the Jedi were more animated, more cartoony, almost.
You can see plush toys being made out of almost everybody in Jabba's palace, but not in the cantina.
Yeah.
And the only one in the cantina, I mentioned there was somebody there I didn't like. Shocker. Yes. It's the guy with the cigarette holder. Just again, annoyed me. Didn't like him.
It was weird.
He was.
Very sort of like, I don't know, Studio 54, 70s.
Seemed like he's in the wrong place.
It was weird.
I'm very cool here in this cantina. I was like, you're gonna get your butt kicked. So.
I like the guy with the Cthulhu face. He was awesome.
Yes, definitely. And the bartender was good, although he wasn't. Yeah. He was human-esque, but he was good. Grumpy, but good.
Yeah.
We don't serve that kind here.
I remember being a kid and being totally outraged. Like, that's just rude.
That's wrong. Droids. They should serve droids. What would they serve droids? I don't know.
What? Yeah. But, yeah. No, I think the ones that were in Jabba's palace I think they're interesting. I think they're fun. I think it was a lot more geared towards children than perhaps the first movie was, and I think I find that a little disappointing. It's one of the reasons I think that Return of the Jedi is not my favorite. Empire Strikes Back, definitely awesome. Love that one, and I could just cut it off right there, especially given the Ewoks. So that's next on my list of don't like.
Oh yeah, boy, am I with you there.
To nuts, the whole planet.
There, take your little hang glider rock dropping things and get out of town. Just, I hate them. I hate them so bad.
Yeah.
But, yep. So they were good. I'm actually trying to think for Empire Strikes Back if there were really any characters in that I was less, because that's my favorite too.
I'm not a big Lando Calrissian fan. I can say that. I don't mind him, but he didn't do anything for me. He wasn't particularly. I didn't think he was that cool. I didn't, for being someone who's supposed to be like Han Solo's friend, I expected a little more, I think.
Yeah. So I take it back, because there is actually somebody in this one I don't like too. His Lando. So I'm with you. I didn't do backflips over Lando as far as character. It was kind of interesting that, it's a different flavor of Han in terms of another con man, different approach. Yeah. And those types of things. So that part was okay. But like, go ahead.
I watched it I don't know, it was probably last weekend, I think. And it's like, well, what do we have here? I was like, shut up.
Smooth.
Cheese.
She's a smooth operator.
Ugh.
That Lando.
Ugh. Okay, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Nope. And apparently the original owner of the Millennium Falcon had the pink slip initially, so that was... kind of interesting. So I'm assuming, since we saw just a teeny bit of the Millennium Falcon, I don't know where they would have been age-wise in the last of the prequels, which we won't talk about. But there's a little Millennium Falcon that flies there, but maybe it was just a silver ship. No, Lando's right-hand man.
Oh, bald guy.
Luke-bot, something. I'm not a fan of him either. I don't know. It's the headphones, I think. I don't know, but not a fan of him.
He doesn't talk. I don't understand. No, is he not able? Is he like?
Me.
I just was like.
Yeah, he just does. The little lights go on, and it's lights by his ears, which I was like, I could see if the lights are by his eyes, but they're by his ears. So
I don't know. Yeah.
He's with his temple. I don't know. So, not a fan of him, but.
No. No, I can see that. He didn't bother me one way or the other. He had a billowy shirt. He had a very sort of piratey kind of shirt. It's just sleeves. Here, watch it. Just I'm just saying. Now you'll notice he has billowy sleeves.
Cloud City's not a really good fashion place. Lando's like kind of this polyester kind of.
He is.
Hey, in a cape, and it's just, and it's like not a. If you're gonna do a cape, you do a cape. You do a
Right.
Vader cape that flows behind you, and Lando's got like a little
Khaki cape.
minor league cape. It's just a cape for show. So I guess which most capes are for. But anyway,
I was gonna say it's not a superhero, so
not a lot of utility to it. Sure. Batman maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Kamun Ra on that one from the museum, the Smithsonian, when he's talking to Bears. Are we going to the opera?
Yes. Are you asthmatic? that was.
You're an asthmatic. You're a robot. Just simplify. Yes. Anyway, all right. Sorry.
Great movie.
That was my favorite part of that movie. Hysterical. I was crying. Anyway, all right. Go on with your least favorites. I think
I've kind of gotten most of my grievances out there. I'm trying to think if there's anything, because the Ewoks, I think we established last show we had some conversation. Not a fan of the Ewoks. In terms of not favorites, no, I think those are the big ones. I don't know.
Say,
go ahead.
Okay. I will say that the beasts in the arena in is it 2?
Yes.
2 CGI for me to really appreciate. I like the feel of them. I like where they were going. They were very dangerous looking, and I draw dragons and beastie things with lots of horns everywhere and stuff. So I can totally appreciate at least one of those guys, but they were really CGI, and I think that was one of the things that was super cool about even Rancor, which I think is awesome. I know we're not talking about things we like, but I liked Rancor. I thought he was awesome, and he was very sort of he was, I think, probably the grittiest of all of the creatures that were in Return of the Jedi. And those I was disappointed.
And originally, Rancor was a bodysuit guy. Okay. So before they scaled it down and did the kind of stop motion deal, and it didn't work out because it didn't give the feel that they really wanted to.
Right.
But yeah, I'm with you that was good. And so by and large, shockingly enough, nothing really won with CGI. It wasn't like, oh, now the Sarlacc's got extra lines of teeth, and oh, there's this or that. It seemed to kind of embellishments that weren't necessary. Yeah. The only one that I'd give for consideration is that I do think that the Wampa traded up. Of any of the enhancements that were made into the movies, the treatment of the Wampa was because it was so bad in the original. Because it's a big rug, and this hand, and I thought that was actually pretty good. And it was just on quick. Where like in the arena, those characters were all over the place doing tons of things, and you got that heavy CGI feel to it.
Right. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm not the only one because most people that I know really actually like 1, 2, and 3 and like everything about it, and it's sacrilege to say anything else. So.
I don't have there are those that have a tremendous amount of contempt, and I thought actually Revenge of the Sith of the 3, pretty solid overall, particularly get to the second half.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty exciting, but I'll watch them if they're on. I don't loathe them. The Anakin Amidala interplay, those brutal. It's so brutal.
It is.
In every movie, whether it's Jake Lloyd or Hayden Christensen's, like, oh, stop, go away. Are you an angel? Bang.
So bad. I can't. I think I found Darth Vader so scary and intimidating as a child, and then to see this super whiny, angsty emo version of what he was before, it was kind of a letdown. I don't know. I expected him to. I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but that wasn't it.
Nope.
Not so much.
Not at all.
Yeah. and I think they wanted to have a relationship, because there's always a romance in every movie, right? We have to have romance, and unfortunately, I think Amidala and Anakin came nowhere near Han Solo and Leia, which is I think what they were trying to do. Because even as like kids, we were all shipping Han Solo and Leia. We were like, they kiss, yay, woo! They're gonna get married, they have babies. We were all like excited.
Oh, maybe not all of us were doing that, but I get your point.
That's what everybody did. Everybody wanted, Han Solo. I mean, in the first one, it was sort of like Luke and Leia, and then when we learned that was a bad idea, we were like, oh. But but Han and Leia were an awesome couple. They had chemistry, and they had sort of that like a spark, and not just like a spark like ooh hot sexy spark, but also like they didn't get along. They weren't perfectly matched in that way. They were both very strong people, and they had opinions, and they didn't always gel, and it wasn't all I love you mushy mushy. It was fun and sarcastic and kind of persnickety, and she picks at him, and he gives her calls her highness and pisses her off, and it was awesome. And then there's Anakin and Amidala. It's just turn it off.
Stands behind her and creepily extends his hand to touch her. It's just like it's illegal. That's illegal. You can go to jail for that.
It was just so creepy. Okay. Anyway,
but those are just a few small characters. There's so many awesome characters, but we
next time
decided to air our grievances.
Yes. Separate it from the good stuff.
That's right. Get this out of the way.
Yeah. Separate it all out. There we go.
Okay,
all right.
Although I still have quibbles, and those will come later.
I do believe we're doing favorite movies, favorite characters. What else are we doing?
Quibbles.
There's lots of quibbles. Yes, we'll do the quibbles as well. Coming up.
Excellent.
In another episode. Episodes. Technically, I think there's 3 more at least.
So you're doing like crawls for all of these, aren't you? Doing the Star Wars crawls for the beginning of these videos?
Yeah. No. Because I have no budget.
So I'll tell you what. You give me the text you would like on the crawl, and I have a fine free iPad app that does Star Wars crawls.
Yay!
So I can send you some for future ones. Now the last one we did live, so we probably can't tack that on, but maybe before this one I can send you some.
Okay. I'll send you a Millennium Falcon soap for that.
That would be awesome. So will molten hot aluminum melt soap?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Okay.
What?
I built a foundry. I've got my own foundry now, so
a
little mini foundry, so I can melt stuff.
Okay, so when I sent you that picture of Luke Skywalker without the hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So. Okay, just I want you to print that out, and I want you to hang it someplace as like a be careful because this will happen.
While I have 2 hands, hang it because
exactly.
It's gonna be really hard to hang it with the thumbtack. Yeah, good point.
All right, so while you still have them, Kelly, ready? 2 thumbs up.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.